Coming up, charges against the world's top golfer are dropped in Kentucky.
Dedicated to Eastern and Southern Kentucky, this is WYMT Mountain News at 11.
Good evening, I'm Steve Hensley. The world's #1 ranked golfer, Scottie Scheffler, is in the clear after a Kentucky prosecutor dropped all charges related to his arrest at the PGA Championship in Louisville 2 weeks ago. As CBS's Janet Shamlian reports, the prosecutor agreed with Scheffler that the incident was a big misunderstanding.
Defending Masters champion Scottie Scheffler vindicated.
Mr. Scheffler's characterization that this was, quote, a big misunderstanding, close quote, is corroborated by the evidence.
Guys.
Scheffler was booked on charges of felony assault of a police officer and 3 other criminal counts earlier this month, as the 27-year-old attempted to drive into Louisville's Valhalla Golf Club amid heavy traffic following a fatal accident.
Why does it matter if he's a security guard or a police officer?
Because
if somebody's telling you to stop.
Yes, you're right. I should have stopped. I did get a little bit impatient because I'm quite late for my tee time.
His attorney confirmed this is Scheffler talking to police after the arrest. The golfer saying he did not know the man was an officer and calling him over-aggressive. Detective Brian Gillis alleged Scheffler ignored instructions and continued driving, dragging the officer to the ground. But there's no body cam footage. Louisville police say Gillis never turned it on, a policy violation. Scheffler's attorney says today's agreement stipulates neither side will pursue legal action related to the arrest.
Scottie Scheffler doesn't want the taxpayers of Louisville to have to pay him a dime. He wishes to move forward from this case.
Scheffler reacted on social media saying he holds no ill will towards that officer, that he wants to put the incident behind him and hopes the officer will do the same. Janet Shamlian, CBS News, Atlanta.
Well, the weather is calm and cool tonight, but this evening the National Weather Service confirmed an EF1 tornado touched down briefly in Corbin on Sunday afternoon, starting near the Legacy Chevrolet dealership. First Alert meteorologist Cameron Aaron has more on that tonight. Cameron?
Yeah, Steve, some good news. No injuries were reported with that tornado in Corbin on Sunday, but we did have one confirmed moving into Knox County on Sunday. This is the data coming from the National Weather Service, and this is what we mean when we say a quick hitting, spin-up tornado. It was on the ground for less than 1 mile, also for about 1 minute on Sunday afternoon, and those peak winds of 90 miles per hour as it moved into Knox County by Sunday. So again, some good news tonight, though. No severe weather issues. This was on Sunday, and right now, here's a live look at the radar. Not much happening. We're dry under a mainly clear sky. And like Steve mentioned, we're cool on this Wednesday. Most of us right now in the 50s and 60s, up to 58 for Pikeville, 56 in Clay County, 59 for Somerset, and 55 over in Estill County for Irvin at this hour. Most of us wake up in the upper 40s to lower 50s to walk out the door on your Thursday. A copy and paste forecast tomorrow. We see some more sunshine and some more below average weather, but the warmer weather and the rain chances are not far away. More details on that weekend forecast coming up in just a few minutes. Steve?
All right, Cameron, thanks. One Pike County family is praying for answers nearly 7 months after the murder of Melissa Walford. Walford was killed in the Phelps community late last year, leaving her mother, husband, and other loved ones searching for answers. With Kentucky State Police still investigating, the family is hoping someone in the community will come forward with information, saying someone has to know what happened in Walford's final moments.
She didn't want to leave us. She didn't want to leave her husband, and she didn't want to leave her family. But she was took from us, and you know, it's something we have to live with.
If you have any information, you're asked to contact Kentucky State Police at 606-433-7711. We're continuing to follow a Southern Kentucky firefighter's road to recovery after being hurt in a Sunday fire. Brandon Buckner was one of 5 firefighters hurt when an eye surgeon's office was struck by lightning during that outbreak of severe weather that produced the tornado in Corbin. Buckner's family says he suffered broken ribs, collapsed lungs, and a lacerated liver. He was released from a London hospital Tuesday, but was quickly readmitted and then flown to Lexington.
He had some issues and some pain, and he went back to St. Joseph, London, where they was trying to find out what was going on with his pain, so possibly some nerve issues.
The other 4 firefighters are now at home recovering. Buckner's family tells us the support they have received has been overwhelming. People in Hazard and Perry County have likely seen construction going on along Highway 80 during the last few months. And one of those construction sites is the home of a new Go Time gas station and Moe's restaurant. Executive Director of Hazard Perry County Economic Development, Zach Lawrence, says more is in the works. And a recent report on the area shows prospective businesses why they should make Hazard their home.
You know, our city population is 5,500 people, right around that, and our daytime traffic influx gets to 55,000. So we really have a strong base here for the restaurants, the retails, all of that. Just as we know, I mean, Hazard's always been the hub for the region for commerce, and we continue to be that.
The Go Time gas station in Moe's is expected to open in early fall of this year. Administrators at Hazard Community and Technical College are working to expand its technical programs. They received a $1.25 million grant for their heavy equipment program. Multiple machines have been purchased through their partnership with Caterpillar. Chief Administrator of the Technical Campus, Tony Back, says the new equipment allows students to stay up to date with modern controls.
The technology in the controls, the levers, the options you got to operate with your hands and feet, and like I said, most of them's got a touchscreen tablet on board, and just being able to have that precision control versus the older equipment not having that technology.
Back says the 2-year program allows students to be certified users of each machine. Hazard Community and Technical College is also the only higher education institution that has a heavy equipment program in the state. May is Skin Cancer Awareness Month, and now through August, the UV index is at its highest in Kentucky. 2 UK medical students have come up with a way to make sunscreen readily available and accessible. Grayson Passmore shows us how the creativity could save lives.
As Kentuckians, many of us like to be outdoors. But data from the National Cancer Institute shows Kentucky has a higher rate of melanoma skin cancer than sunnier states like Texas and Florida. Now, 2 UK medical students are working to change that.
For me personally, when I started buying sunscreen, I was really shocked at how expensive it is because it's something that you want to reapply every 2 hours if you're out in direct sunlight.
Second-year students Parisa Shamazadeh and Noor Ali created these free sunscreen dispensers. They're available throughout the University of Kentucky's medical campus. It's a topic that became a passion for Shamazadeh after a doctor's appointment when she was 20.
And actually these freckles are signs of sun damage, and they're called sunspots, and they can become something more serious if you don't start protecting your skin. It can turn into skin cancer, and when you're young like that, that's not something you really think about until now, like as a medical student.
These sunscreen dispensers were designed to protect your skin and to bridge some accessibility gaps.
It's super important that it was hypoallergenic because it's going to be used on people's skin. And also, we selected a sunscreen that didn't leave a white cast on darker skin tones.
And there's no cost to use it.
A lot of us see something like sunscreen as a cosmetic product, when in reality it is something necessary for protecting our skin.
In Lexington, Grayson Passmore, WKYT.
The students received a grant to create the dispensers. There are currently 3 on UK's medical campus, but they're working to put more up around campus and eventually around Lexington. Rumblings are starting about Fancy Farm, the picnic and political speakings in western Kentucky on that usually hot first Saturday in August. We now know that Father Jim Sitchko will be the MC of the annual event. Father Jim is well known for his Catholic ministry and charity in Kentucky and around the world. It's been a tradition at Fancy Farm to rotate among Democrats, Republicans, and neutral MCs. Father Jim has a huge social media following.
It's in the short term before a weekend warm-up. Those details coming up.